Sorry.
Raphael.
I mean, honestly.
We can do this.
Come on, Raphael. Keep it down.
Hey, let's hear it. We're back here with some Fire Emblem Three Houses Verdant Assassins Only run. Some Verdant Fire Assassins Only run. You know what I mean. An episode of Verdant Assassins Only run. I've got some notes. So I believe last episode we last left right when the fishing tourney was about to go down, and I did it off camera. I did something I've never done before, which is I waited till I caught the Tutatis herring, which is the one that you need to finish the quest. I got all the rewards from it, and then I turned in the quest before fishing with the rest of it, and it actually yoinks all the rest of your tournament bait, so you don't even get a chance to use it to even catch normal fish, which it sometimes catches, I believe. So there's that. So note number 1 is I gotta wait for Shiny Fish Day to use the rest of this bait. That's my plan. Hopefully this episode we're gonna be able to get through all of the side activities for this month, and so next episode will either be another support theater if we have a bunch of supports built up by that point, or we can actually just rocket right into the story mission, which is the Battle of the Eagle and Lion, which is gonna be tons of fun. Actually, I guess it'll be a very unique experience without healers. It'll be a very unique mission, but like I was saying before, usually it's not terribly bad. I usually don't find it one of my problem missions. Not as much as the boiler, which we already did. One other note, one of the battle quests we're going to be undertaking this month is maintaining your training, which, because it's going to be very low level, is going to be super easy to build masteries in our classes, because in order to build masteries, all you have to do is engage in a combat skirmish with your given class. You don't actually have to deal damage, you don't have to dodge, you don't have to do anything. So what you can do is, if there's really weak enemies, you can have them attack you without you equipping any weapons, then you can just stand there and gain your masteries for your classes that way. So I'm going to try and get everyone to the mastery of their current class that way. Mostly I'm doing this for Petra's sake, to get her to like power level her in her Myrmidon. But it'll be useful to get everyone else some thief mastery anyway. Probably won't be able to get everyone to max because it would take a lot of vulneraries, but we'll do what we can. 2 more notes. Number 1, I was rewatching some old footage from our Azure Moon playthrough the other day, and one thing I noticed was that I was way higher level when we got to the last story mission we just did in our Azure Moon run, and I was trying to figure out why, and I think I've cracked it. It's because with healers getting a fair amount of XP for healing, you're generating more experience there than you are in total than in this run, because all of our party is subsisting off of combat experience rather than healing experience. So the total amount of experience is lesser, which is why we're growing slower. But that's all right, because later on it gets to the point where your training missions, you're not really getting any experience from them because you just sort of plateau. It just means we'll take a little bit longer to get to the plateau, but we'll hit the same plateau, I suspect, later on in the game. And finally, I didn't really realize this about certain magic combat arts before. I was looking through some old that footage again, and I noticed on Annette's lightning axe, it said, is affected by res, much like it does, for instance, your Lysithia's Soul Blade. A magic attack might increase based on the unit's res. I was very, very confused, and I thought that meant that it was just like the sword's might plus your res, and then it's a magic attack, was what's going on. But according to, I was looking around on the wikis and stuff, what it actually means is it adds it takes your magic instead of your strength, and then it adds roughly a third of your res as on top of that. So it's actually even better than I thought on a lot of the magic combat arts, and now I get that. I was very confused before. I was like, because I looked at that and I was like, there's no way it was adding Annette's res, because her res was the worst in our party, damn near, in our Azure Moon run. Her magic was the good stat, and she was still doing good damage with Lightning Axe, so what the hell? But now I get that, that's how it works. So, we've got, I didn't talk to everyone in my monastery, did I? Right, okay, so sorry. I was saying we're going to be able to get as far as the entire rest of the month today. That's definitely not happening. We're going to be doing the monastery today is what we're doing. Sorry. Got my wires crossed. That's next episode. Hey, Smear.
The fishing tournament is over.
I know, I won.
I heard you did some fishing, and that Flame is happy.
Both are true. Both are true. Oh, I can recruit you now and stuff. What level am I? I'm like level 11, 12, something like that. I think you need to be like 15 or so. Ooh, if I'm level 13, I could probably recruit Catherine by now, because I've got A support with her, so it's... not A support, C support with her. I've got a C support with her. So I suspect her level requirement has been lowered from 15 down to like some, I don't know, probably 13, which is not a terrible guess. Which is awesome, because she's the other one I wanted on my party. I was also thinking maybe we might bring Bernadette, just because I absolutely love my Brawler Bernie build. But really, it'll be nicer later when we can get Deathblow from Brigand, and then class her into War Monk for the Fist Fair. So that'll happen at some point. Hello, Kitty. A Dominic Gray, are you? I've got all kinds of Dutatus pike for you. Sweet. Thank you, Kitty. Hello, Ingrid.
What's left now is to eat it. Should I smoke it? Stew it? Ugh, I'm drooling already.
You can do all of the above. We have so much fish. Please do something with it.
I think that's the end of the fishing tournament. I suppose it's time to prepare for the battle of the eagle and lion.
And we will, Ignatz. Don't worry. There'll be preparations going on.
Fishing was a nice change of pace, but now it's time to focus on the battle of the eagle and lion.
For which I'm equally excited. Definitely wasn't more excited for the fish. That would be ridiculous. Ignatz thought it was funny. He got the joke.
The fishing tournament's over already? Guess it's time for my personal eating tournament then. Best part is, no losing.
Just as much as you want. I like the cut of your jib.
I wasn't expecting much, but this tournament was a lot of fun.
Oh, so much fun.
This created more fun than I have experienced in a long time. Did you also have the fun?
It was a hoot, dude. Bah, glad that's over. Hey, always.
Catch me some mighty fish. Just you wait and see. But they haven't been biting.
Well, maybe the fish are frightened by you.
I didn't think of that. Ah, the truth is right in front of me. Oh, just kidding. As though a fish is smart enough to be afraid of me.
I'm not sure intelligence really plays a factor, but I'm glad you find it so funny anyway. I've still got 3 activity points. God, we spent a whole bunch already? Yikes.
I guess
Anyway,
that's it.
Catherine, hi.
That was fun, wasn't it?
Yeah, somewhat. Oh, I just forgot to challenge your fish, because you didn't seem like you were gung-ho into it, so I assumed you weren't participating. Well, I always forget anyways, that's fine. Join my class party?
You're good looking, you know that?
This is the first I've heard of it, and last time you told me, sorry, I'm stumbling over my words. You've flustered me, do you not see this? Last time we spoke, you said the opposite, anyway.
Same time, you look like someone who was born to fight. I bet we'd get along. I'm also good looking and born to fight.
Can't argue with you there.
Your class?
You bet your ass I do.
Feel free to call on me when a fight's brewing.
Oh, I will. Can you please help my class win? They really want to win it.
You need us.
Gotcha! Appreciate that. Speaking of, let me just reclass Petra into Myrmidon right now.
A new feeling. I will learn again.
I have complete faith in you, and ditto for Catherine. She would have been mercenary, right, of course. The only mastery you get from the base class is the health +5, right? So we don't necessarily need that for Petra or Catherine. What's Catherine's stats like right now? Health 39, which is actually a little less than I was thinking. Or expecting. Somewhat more comparable to ours. Nevertheless, what's Fighting Spirit about? Unit takes 5 less damage when no battalion is assigned, when battalion's endurance is 0. Oh, cool. Ooh, Finesse Blade. Might increases based on unit's dex. Oh, wicked. That's gonna be especially helpful for her as she becomes an assassin. But I'll put her back into Myrmidon for the moment just to get her...
The goddess ordains.
Well, hey, it's not quite also evangelical. It was more of a suggestion, really. Till you get the mastery for that, and we can bump you up into Thief. I'm certain you have the sword for it. Oh, which means I should be altering your goals as well. Look at me go. Look at me tripping all over myself and not getting it right. Oh my god, she's already got Sword of A. Superb. So I guess... no, I guess I better do Brawling and Flying with you for now. That's what I'm doing with most people, right? Speaking of, Flame. It's your sword and bow. What do you think you're doing? Yeah, I'm doing Brawling and Flying for most people, so that's that. By the way, what are your skill diversities like? Oh, you have a strength in Brawling and Sword. Wicked. And Reason, not so much. Well, not to worry about that. Excellent. I better get to buy you some stuff, but let's go to talk to everyone in the monastery first. We can worry about items and stuff later. I just figured I'd do that first since I was fixing to. And what, pray tell, is my professor level at, so I know how far we are away from... Okay, we only just leveled up, so I'm definitely not going to level up before we leave here. So I may as well do the greenhouse and stuff now. Hello.
Why would we go all the way to Gronder Field? It's idiocy to travel that far.
It's not my choice, I'm sorry.
It may be a tradition, but it takes forever to get there and is exhausting. So pointless.
You should exchange some notes with Edelgard over this.
Guess there's nothing to be done about it. Even by you, Professor.
Even by me in my all-powerful state. Sorry about it, Lysithea. If I could have it here, I would. Right here in this very courtyard.
Fodlan is big. It's not as big as Almyra is, but it's still pretty big.
It is. Do you want to travel around Fodlan someday?
Travel? I don't know. Never thought about it, I guess.
But the thought seems to pique your interest all of a sudden. Oh, I can recruit you now. Is there a level limit for that?
Things, so I can do
oh, this is different dialogue, isn't it?
For Lady Rhea. Cleaning, chopping wood, making feed. Oh, and I'm learning the bow and arrow from Shamir.
Where is this going?
I'm happy to help you out with anything you need done for your class.
Oh, awesome. Thank you very much.
I'm your guy, Professor.
I bet you are.
You can't exactly add me to your class or anything.
What do you mean? You just added yourself to my class. I'm about to teach you. Sword and bow, that is. Though I just did Catherine by mistake somehow. I was like, why is Cyril on brawling and flying? Weak reason and faith, but good with lance, axe, and bow, and riding and flying. Wowie. Interest, snapping and cleaning, likes helping Lady Rhea, practicing archery, and small flowers. Dislikes Rhea's enemies and anyone who does his work for him. Don't worry, won't be a problem. Gilbert.
Professor, as Seteth told you, we're to have a fishing tournament.
He actually wasn't the one to pass on the message. It was Shamir,
Given the
as it
events
happens.
of last month, I believe this is just the sort of distraction we need, staff and student alike.
I agree. Too bad it's over. Will you take part?
I'm afraid I'm not one for such festivities. I do enjoy a spot of fishing, though.
Well, that's
I believe
fine.
it best that I stick to quietly fishing by myself.
And that is your prerogative. Every time I've gone, there's been no one there, even during the tournament. So, there you go. Oh god, I've got all these things. Black Iron Spur, it's literally closer to tonight. That's probably Felix's. I still didn't give this back to Flame. We should go do that now. Right, okay, cool. Well, you know what? I'll turn in all the lost items at the end. That's what I usually do. It's just I find it easier that way to get through all the dialogue first and then sort of go through like a flow chart.
Why are they having a fishing tournament now? Are they just
'Cause of Flame.
putting up on the Battle of the Eagle and Lion?
No, I think it's because of Flame.
You're not condoning this, right? Are you?
Goodbye, Leonie. Yes, I'm taking part.
What? If you've got all this free time, shouldn't you be spending it on your students?
No, it doesn't take activity points. Come on, Leonie, get with the program. Oh, hello, what are you? More meat left out on a sun-soaked barrel? It just doesn't seem right to me. It just, well, I mean, obviously we've got some kind of magic that's keeping these things from going bad, but it just doesn't seem right to me. Did we already make a meal here? Looks like no. So we should almost definitely do that before we leave today. In fact, why would I bother leaving it to the chance that I might forget when we could do it right now? Did we ever cook with Hapi? Yeah, she did, right? She was complaining that a pinch isn't a measurement. Let me just think about it. Who do I not have supports with from other classes that we're going to want to get supports up with to recruit? Well, why don't we just go from the top down? Ferdinand. I don't have a support with Ferdinand. Let's go cook with Ferdinand. I think I'm gonna go for the Dex one. If we can pump up our Dex right before we're all slowly growing into Thief, that'll be super awesome for Gronder.
But I know how to cook. Not that I am very experienced.
I don't know what you mean. You may not look like it. You look exactly like a chef. I don't know how to tell you that.
Tough recipe. Whoa. Oh, rats. No, I can do it.
Hey, be my guest, man. Hey, well done. Goodly did you. Another year coming to a close. Oh, is it? Wait, is it? Oh yeah, it's October and all. Means we're gonna have the Battle of the Eagle and Lion 4 days before Halloween. What? I said it means we're gonna have the Battle of the Eagle and Lion 4 days before Halloween. Don't you walk away from me, young man. That's right, come on back here. You're gonna be first in line when we're putting up the Halloween decorations. No, I have no patience for you anymore. Hey Claude, how's it going? Have I talked to you already, but no one else? Oh, I'll probably have to get a story quest if there was one. Well, I don't know. Who's hanging around? Annette is! All right, she's gonna tell us how we're gonna get to the. She's gonna be like, we're gonna go this bridge and then that bridge, and then we're gonna be in Gronderfield.
Gronderfield is in the Empire, right? I wonder how we'll get there.
I have no idea.
I thought I heard that there's no path that goes straight from the monastery to the Empire. Oh, perhaps we'll travel through Alliance territory. Yes, I see. From the east, we would go. There. Ah, yes, that must be it.
Great Bridge of Merton, right? We shall see. I think it's the Great Bridge of Merton we crossed for this. That's why it's one of the big, important strongholds in Empire Alliance territory. Hey, Dorothea.
The Battle of the Eagle and Lion is coming up soon. Feeling confident?
You know what, this time? Very.
That's the spirit.
Thanks, Dorothea. I prefer the taste of saltwater fish. I'm not sure I personally would know the difference just from a single fish. I mean, I might be able to tell you the difference between like a cod and a salmon, but anyway. Hey, Hilda.
Professor, do you have a second? It's about Monica. Does she seem off to you?
I would have to know what she's like, which I haven't played Hopes enough yet, so no. She seems perfectly in keeping with the prior 5 minutes I've known her.
She was in prison for a long while, but she seems to have recovered instantly, and she's been bizarrely cheerful.
She's moving on. Isn't that a good thing?
I guess you're right. It just seems fast, doesn't it?
I suppose.
And why is she so close to Edelgard anyway?
Well, I'll tell you when you're older. Hey guys, Hilda doesn't think you're weird at all.
What do you say, Adel? Shall we meet up in the library later to... Oh, hello, Professor.
Your voice just raised 4 octaves. Are you alright?
Do you need something? I'm a little busy at the moment.
I can see that.
Sorry, Professor. I've got a lot of questions to ask Adel here. Since I couldn't graduate last year, I really want to make sure I can do so this year.
Yeah, I'll leave you to it. Ooh, yoink. That's rare. That'll be Catherine's. Hello. Did I hear about Yuritsa being the Death Knight? I did.
Along with Flame, we found another female student who went missing last year.
That one.
But now the combat professor Yuritsa has vanished. His origin begged many questions, so there were plenty of objections to his appointment. He is apparently from House Rim of the Empire, but he was adopted from another family, or so they say.
Yes, it's a very sad and long story.
Anyway, there hasn't been much good to be said about House Rim in recent decades.
Oh, that House Rim. Where do they get off, eh?
The Battle of the Eagle and Lion is a free-for-all contest among the 3 classes. If you are victorious, the Archbishop will no doubt present you with a reward.
Yeah, pretty piddly little lance. I'm not interested in rewards.
Just what I thought you'd say.
Only making the kids' dreams come true, because I don't actually really care about winning the thing either. House for House Sword Tournament. We might actually manage to win that, mightn't we? With perhaps one of our bulkier people, or Raphael, or, well, I mean, Catherine's got wicked sword, doesn't she? Who boasts the best sword skills? Rewards an intermediate seal and 500 gold? That sounds really, really sad. Even Hubert was laughing at it. Oh, I've got supports up with 2 people? Oh, I'm up to B with Hapi and C with Yuri. Sweet. We'll do the supports at the end, shall we? After we talk to everyone as well. Oh, there's some kind of DLC quest going on over here. Very interesting. What's this all about? It's pilot in blue anyway, so I'm pretty sure that means it's a DLC quest. Monk! Take cover! Where's my bow? Where the hell is my bow? Equip. I'm gonna save before doing this. I have a bad feeling like talking to him is about to do problems. Also, just before I forget, which is silly because I've already forgotten, obviously. Why don't you eat that? Your defense is up to 10 or something like that now. Yeah! Speaking of, I didn't actually go to the greenhouse at all for that. What am I like? Nope, I already planted it today. We're good. Alright. Elfric, what the absolute hell are you doing here? Oh, I mean, I guess he's putting it in Citri's grave, but what are you... What's going on here? What is this mission gonna be about? Oh, this is creepy. I'm nervous. I'm genuinely nervous here. Hey, that's my mother's grave. Can you please get away from that? Me. Just gonna read this inscription here. Oh, it's actually been revealed now. Now that we've done the DLC. Citri Eisner, 1139 to 1159. She was only 20 when she died? Resting in the warm embrace of cherished memories, the grave is freshly tended and flowers have been offered. Hang on a damn second here. She was born in 1139. So 1180, right, because she died the year I was born. So 1180 is now, and I'm roughly 20 years old. So 1160, 1159 is around the time of the fire. I guess 1159, right, okay. Or no, my birthday happened this in-game year already, so I'm 21 now. Which is my age in real life, incidentally. Very interesting. Somehow had in my mind that she was a little older, but I guess that's just because Geralt was, not too young when he met her. A little weird, but, medieval times, whatever. I've never met you before. What's your name?
I see. So you are Geralt's child. You so resemble your mother.
She was also into God cosplay, was she? Who might you be?
I am nothing more than a common monk. I knew your parents once upon a time.
Is that so?
I've been from the monastery for some time now because, well, it matters not.
Because I was researching how to do blood rituals.
Might I ask a favor of you?
No.
Do you mind terribly picking up some fresh flowers to place upon your mother's grave?
No, that actually is reasonable. I can do that.
I am certain she'd be deeply moved to receive a gift from you.
Hey, nope, yeah, that I can, I suppose, manage. Could you bring me some flowers to lay at her gravesite? I think it would mean the world to her knowing that you were the one that picked the flowers. And I'll get a floral adornment renowned from it, so why not? Surely she had a favorite flower. Interesting. Do I have to, actually choose, or is it just there's just gonna be one there? Yoinkies bloinky, Valerian. Flowers intended to be laid on a certain grave. A bouquet of lovely pale pink flowers in bloom. I love it. Just report to the requester. Very interesting. Kind of cool that they added this in. I don't know if he's gonna be a running NPC or give us other side quests. It'd be kind of cool if he's just kind of they just kind of added him for this one little thing, just as a nod to show that he's still hanging around here in this timeline. Although it is interesting though, so I suppose that means the wolves haven't yet dealt with him. Are we gonna be like every few months we're gonna get an update and Happy's gonna be like, oh man, don't even talk to me right now. Last weekend sucked, dude. I'll lay them out here. Sorry, you want me to give them to you to lay them out? I see how it is. Thank you so much. This was her favorite flower, Having these to place at her gravesite, it brings some closure. Good to hear, pal.
Thank you so much. This is just the type of flower she once loved so dearly. I can rest easy now. I must be off. Take especially good care of yourself, won't you?
Sure thing, pal.
Look after Gerald. She'd have wanted that.
Oh, make sure he combs his beard, don't you worry. Not that I comb my beard, because I don't have one. God, that's horrifically unfunny. I'm glad the flame is alright. Hey, me too. Me too, Knight, me too. Esquire! What don't you believe?
True identity. Personally, I don't think it could be Yuritsa. He taught me swordsmanship. He said I had talent and the potential to get pretty strong.
Wow, he's barely said anything like that to me. He's like, I don't care for friendship. That's all I heard from him.
He was a little scary, of course. But it's hard for me to believe he's a bad person.
Well, that's part of growing up, kid. Sorry to tell you. But I mean, no, keep your innocence for a few more years longer. Just, you'll need it. Hello there. Well, what? The Knights of the Holy Kingdom of Fargus are seeking someone to train with. Kingdom Knights are certainly tough, but I bet you could keep up. Well, we'll see about that. I mean, sure, I might be able to keep up. I don't really know why I'm taking that hostile tone with you. Sorry. Hey, Sylvain.
After all, the ladies love nothing more than a winner. And around here, there's no bigger game.
You presume to know a lot about what ladies love, Sylvain. I'm sure they do.
I knew you'd understand, Professor.
I was being sarcastic, but whatever. It worked, so I guess I won't complain. Hey, Dimitri.
Flane and Monica, was it?
It's not, I don't know.
They were returned safe and sound.
Me too, Dimitri. Oh, I forgot I'm not in your house. I was like, that seems like a weirdly small amount of information for him to give for being my house leader.
Ever since the tournament, the kitchen is completely overtaken with fish. The cooks cannot keep up.
Poor chefs. At least Verdant and I were able to ease their burden a bit by cooking some ourselves, which we then ate all ourselves. Hey, Lenny.
I'm just absolutely exhausted. I swear to you, Professor, every month we're worked harder than the month before.
Yeah, don't worry. This next mission's gonna be super easy.
I had imagined the Academy as a chance to possibly relax before our lives began in earnest.
Easy for me, anyway. You came to the Academy to relax. It is, you know I don't like saying this to people. You came to the Academy to relax.
After graduating, we'll enter into noble society, which means contending with all the intrigues and dramas that entails. I want to just postpone life for a bit.
Take a gap year, I understand.
Nap under a tree, skip out on lectures, and, well, not your lectures, of course, Professor.
Sure, skip on them in Moella's, though. They don't matter much. Magic, bows and arrows, pff. All you need to know is swords. Oh, Moella teaches swords too? Well, pff, you don't need faith. Pff. What's going on here? Are you telling the poor kid off or something? Hey, Verdi, how about that fish we cooked? Was that great or what?
No, the Empire used to control all of Fodlan.
I did know that.
But after the Civil War, the northern region split off and became the Kingdom. Later, the eastern part of the Kingdom seceded to become the Alliance.
So we were all one big happy family, and now we're three slightly less big, slightly less happy families.
There are 3 powers today, but 1,000 years ago, we were all united as one. Even now, among the nobles of the Empire, there are some who dream of reunifying Fodlan.
Which is pretty crazy when apparently this Fodlan's supposed to be something, the wiki says, I think that it said in an interview somewhere, 2/3 the size of Europe? That's huge. One country that big would be bonkers. Hey, Lawrence.
I received a rare letter from my father.
Congrats on your improving ethics, by the way.
House to emerge victorious. Insistently praying.
That's a little disturbing.
My father attended the Officers' Academy and won a glorious victory in the Battle of the Eagle and Lion.
What happens when 2 different noble families pray to God for their kid to win the volleyball game?
I think he is quite proud of that, even to this day. I suppose that shows how great an honor it truly is.
Yes, I suppose. I'm not so convinced myself. Yoink. Jousting Almanac. I'm pretty sure Ingrid was hanging around here earlier anyway. It's either Ash or Ingrid's, but I'm pretty sure Ash wasn't here before. Hello there, you're gonna need some help with? Do tell.
Time for a request.
Some bandits are making trouble in a nearby village. Normally we would assist, but right now we have our hands full with this Lord of Lanato business. So we need to help, so little time. What do? We let Byleth take care of it. I mean, Hapi.
Pardon me.
Gatekeeper? What happened to your voice?
Greetings, Professor.
There we go.
Nothing to report. Young Monica disappeared last year. I thought she had simply run along home, but it turns out she was kidnapped. I can't believe it. How awful it must have been for the poor thing.
You're telling me. You didn't see the boiler room she was holed up in. It was like Freddy Krueger styles.
They say her personality has completely changed. But at least she seems more cheerful than before. Grateful to be alive, perhaps?
I'm not that kind of professor. I couldn't say. Pretty Bear, what's cracking?
Hi, Professor. Want to know something?
I would love to know things and stuff.
Rondor is in the territory of House Burgleys in the Empire. That's right next to my home, the region of House Barley.
Your face does not match your voice right now.
Oh no. What if my parents come to watch?
It would be bad. Calm down.
I'm calm. Of course I'm calm. Why wouldn't I be calm?
I couldn't say. Hey.
After the Battle of the Eagle and Lion, a prize is awarded to the winner by the Archbishop herself. It's a three-way battle, so you can't waste too much time just observing. You have to jump right in there.
That's what they want you to think.
You have to be proactive and defeat the most opponents. Do that, and it's quite possible the Archbishop will recognize how strong you are.
I'm not really sure that's the kind of recognition I want. Least of all from her.
Great memories. I was a student here many years ago. I know what I speak of.
Well, I trust you. I wasn't going to question your authority on the subject. Speaking of authority, I'm going to raise my authority by answering some notes. I know it doesn't actually raise your authority, but I needed a segue, consarn it. 3 notes there are, my goodness. I wish to make more friends, but my brother always interferes. How can I get him to back off? He'll understand if you just explain it to him, but he's just worried about you. I'll try to persuade him to stop. I don't think she wants that. I think she'd rather take care of it herself. He'll understand if you just explain it to him. She's probably tried that. I bet he's just worried about you. She probably knows that. I'm not sure. He'll understand if you just explain it to him. Yeah, it was probably the worried one. Have you ever tried convincing Sedith of anything? I'm not sure I could convince that man the sky was blue if he hadn't looked up and checked for himself. Hey, yoink, wasn't Mercy hanging around here earlier? Well, that would, yeah, I suppose so. Hey.
Oh, hi, Professor. Have you heard the rumor about the Goddess Tower?
Have I ever?
Well, there's an annual ball here the month after. They say if a boy and a girl wish for something together at the Goddess Tower on that night, the goddess herself will grant it.
The month after next. So wait, what's the story mission that happens next month if this month is Eagle and Lion then? I always mix it up. Maybe Remire happens? Right, because you go to Remire with Gerald, right? I think, anyway.
I don't know where the rumors started, but it's a great story, isn't it?
It's somewhat intriguing, yes. I mean, this place probably has all kinds of folk tales like that, considering its storied history. Mercy!
Oh, I'm so sorry. I was lost in thought.
That ain't a crime? What were you thinking about?
The Death Knight's true identity. Could it actually be Professor Yuritsa?
Might be. Oh my god. It was just someone else shoving another NPC, but I thought that person was genuinely just sliding forward. Personally, I'm still not completely rid of my suspicions of Manuela, but don't tell the other professors I said that. Speaking of Mercy. I mean, it's not speaking of anything, really, but this is yours, I believe. Here you are.
Oh, this is mine. Thank you for returning it to me, but how did you know I lost it?
I saw you drop it. It was right over there. You're more thoughtless than me, which I'm actually impressed. Sarah Scriptures, someone familiar with the church. I wonder what house they're from. Oh, the church. Let's see. Wasn't Alois hanging out here before? Well, actually, I don't remember who was hanging out right around here before. Probably that Sedith. We'll have a see sometime soon. I won't go do the statue artisan until we've done a few more of the quests that hang around here. For instance, I believe this person has a love letter for Alois. Ooh, it's black sand steel. Yes. Here you go. Be faithful to your wife, please. Thanks. Cheers.
Thank you.
Done. Easy renown. Easy money. Cash money. Good. Felix is hanging out in his barracks right now. I wonder what the dealio with that is. There are probably all kinds of stuff. I know. I'm pretty sure there are things in people's rooms that books and stuff that will buff your professor level, but I always get so lazy about checking them around this point. I suppose I couldn't hurt just to poke my nose in. Each one. Oh, Edelgard's room has all kinds of flowers. Tons of books, too. Ferdinand's room, he's got all kinds of armor and stuff on the floor he's been polishing. Craps, I thought Edelgard had a lot of books. God's bed is just drowning in them. Felix is hanging around in his room right now.
Since we were little, Ingrid's always gotten this odd look in her eye when someone brings up food.
You should see her with the fishing tournament. She was absolutely drooling. And here's yours.
Thank you for finding it.
Anytime. Yeah? Getting colder outside. Well, as it tends to at this time of year. That's pretty normal, I think.
I don't know if you've heard, but Flayn is very special. Her blood carries a rare crest.
Yes, it was the talk of the town at the end of last month.
All the lengths to which she could advance my research, if only I were able to study her.
I know we found the culprit and that we're pretty sure that you're not the Death Knight because you don't seem to have the build for it, but I would still be careful with that kind of talk right now, Hanneman.
If only it weren't for Seteth's strict orders. He protects his sister with unusual zeal.
I mean, at the moment, can you blame him? Maybe you can convince him.
Have you ever tried convincing Seteth of anything? I'm not sure I could convince that man the sky is blue, if he hadn't already looked up for himself.
You know what, Hanneman? You're alright. You and me, we're on the wavelength today. Manuela, how are you taking everything?
I always thought I was pretty good, you know? Then I'd go and get stabbed.
Ah, rats, right?
But my opponent was the Death Knight, so I figure I did pretty well to only get stabbed.
How'd you get stabbed with a scythe?
It's true that he is actually Yuritsa.
Seems like it would take a lot of lining up. You're more likely to get, like, hooked and slashed.
Whoever he is, I'm going to make him pay. It turns out that when I get stabbed, I get really mad.
I don't know, they were using a magic voice modulator, so who knows if they were a he. He hurt you this time, next time he may kill you.
I'm not going to let him get the better of me again.
Like, I like the gumption, but let's not die, please. The best medic the school has to offer. Except maybe Mercedes. Hey, Gerald.
How are preparations for the Battle of the Eagle and Lion going? Fishing? Taking it easy,
gosh,
are you?
Was it that obvious? I've still got fish spilling out of my mouth. Sorry.
The recent happenings at the monastery. There is something going on behind the scenes here. I've been commissioned to investigate as well. As I've already mentioned, this month I'm off to the kingdom.
Well, best of luck to you.
Be on your guard, okay?
I will be so on guard. I'm more worried about you than myself.
Perhaps I've gotten in your head too much.
That's what I'm worried about.
Go die on you. I've stayed alive this long after all.
And it's a pretty long time. I guess you got me there. You're probably gonna be fine. What's cracking, Archbishop?
The situation last month was dire indeed.
Agree.
The students
I never noticed how short you were.
I hope you were able to put all of that behind you, so that you may focus on this month's assignment.
Yeah, I forgot about it already, basically. It will be difficult.
That is to be expected. I, too, cannot quite shake that feeling of unease.
I'm stunned we agree on this.
We must both strive to put that nasty business behind us. I
Understood.
look forward to seeing your skills on display at the Battle of the Eagle and Lion.
Well, I've heard that you guys like it when we jump right in there and take the other teams out first, but I'm going to be doing a lot of hanging back and letting them take out each other, so you might not enjoy it as much as you're expecting.
I hear that you participated in the fishing tournament. I appreciate you taking the time.
You got it, Seteth, anytime you want. Let me know anytime you need a fishing tournament fish, that I can handle. Is this your scripture, by the way?
I have no idea to whom this belongs.
Barnacles, maybe Rhea. That's everyone we've talked to, so I suppose we can go around and get all the lost items now.
Surely mine.
Grand. See ya. This must be your almanac.
Mine. Thank you very much. I've been looking for it.
No problem, Ingrid. No problem at all in the slightest. And you know what's convenient is that Raphael is also standing here for him to have his burlap sack of rocks. And incidentally, ditto for Flame and Catherine. God, all the people we need are right here. This is perfect. Here's your class.
Oh, that is mine.
Oh yeah, you're in my class now, so you have motivation for that. And this is your letter. Doink.
This is mine. Thanks.
Motivations.
I'm glad to have it
Yahoo.
back.
No problem whatsoever, pal. Sorry, I'm a little on the slower side today. But we got all the people talked to. I think that was everyone talked to everywhere. So now we can just spend the rest of our points, get these last few supports did. In fact, let's do the supports first, just in case. Well, I don't know. Well, yeah, because it raises the motivation sometimes. So that might change what I decide to do next. Although I'm most likely to go get my skills up. I'm curious to know how Hapi is doing. Bet I am. How is she doing?
Chatterbox.
Hi.
Do you need this room for something? Should I leave?
What, the entire Knight's Hall? No, it's room enough for the two of us, I suspect. Why would you leave?
What do you mean? With me here, you won't be able to focus on whatever you're doing.
Yes, but that's because I'll be able to focus on something much more important, which is talking to you. I'll be fine. Just stay.
All right, if you're sure. You're a strange one, you know that?
Well, said the night student at the magic school that's also a church who can sigh to make monsters appear.
When I came in earlier, people couldn't leave fast enough. They ran away like I was a bad smell.
Well, you did live in a sewer for some time. Are you sure there wasn't just a bad smell?
I should be used to that sort of thing by now, but, well, it stung a little bit.
I have to imagine it did. That's terrible.
I almost don't blame them. Everyone must have heard the rumors by now.
Yeah, but there are rumors about like half the students at this academy.
A girl who summons monsters when she sighs. That's not the kind of thing people keep to themselves. Anyway, I prefer solitude. It's easier that way.
Oh, are you saying you'd like me to leave? Are the rumors true?
You really didn't know? Yeah, the rumors are true as heck. That's why the Knights stuck me in Abyss. If anything was going to happen, better down there than up here. That was the idea anyway.
This is my understanding. I see.
Oh, you had that look on your face. The yikes, get this creep away from me look. It's okay. I'll leave.
I think you're mixing up your looks. That was the "aw man, I hate this place" look.
Look how dangerous I am after all. You wouldn't want to be left alone with someone like me.
You don't know who I would and wouldn't want to be left alone with.
Who knows? Maybe I'll get exasperated and without thinking I'll start to...
It was just a yawn. That's a relief.
Sorry to scare you, Chatterbox. I don't usually do that.
So we solved the lesson, though. The mystery, rather. Solved the lesson. You can totally yawn and it's fine.
Guess I haven't been getting enough sleep. Everybody talking about me like I'm some freak. It's been bothering me.
I can imagine. You're worrying me.
It doesn't matter. Gossip is petty and a waste of energy, so there's no need for me to pay it any mind.
I agree, but it sounds like you're paying it mind, and you need someone to voice it to. Or something else to do. Get your mind off of it. Still.
The funny thing is, all this drama has made me more likely to lose my cool. If that happens, you'll help me out, right?
What are we talking about here? You mean fight off monsters? That would happen if you passive-aggressively side in someone's direction. Sure, I can handle that, maybe. I'll do what I can. Huh. That was a very weird conversation, but you did seem to warm to us somewhat, and perhaps more importantly, Hapi obviously got the news there. Hi, I'm actually on my way to talk to Yuri. No time to stop. Sorry. Now he understands sort of more what she's properly gone through it and why she holds such an opinion of the church. So probably he has a greater understanding of the way why she was acting the way she was with him and her sea support. And I suppose there aren't many people she can confide in with respect to that whole shebang, as since most people avoid her anyways. It's probably just like the wolves and then Elfric and then now Hapi. Yuri Boburi. That doesn't really work. Sorry. Hi. Where are you headed this late at night?
It's you.
It is?
Where I'm going is hardly your business. Do me a favor and mind your own, won't you?
Well, I am sort of tasked with protecting this place now and again. You got it.
I somehow doubt your sincerity. My intuition says you'll keep nosing into what I'm doing.
Well, your intuition is something that maybe I can't argue with.
So, what's your deal? Worried about my well-being?
Yes, that one. That makes me sound good. Yes, that is it. Just a bit.
That's adorable. I get the sense you're not so hot at assessing people.
Think again. I can put your charisma to a number, my friend.
Just giving you a hard time. Either way, it doesn't matter much to me. There's no slowing me down tonight. I've got important things to attend to right now.
Like what?
There you go with that nose of yours. It still isn't your business. But it looks like you won't let me leave until I tell you.
I mean, you're just doing everything in your power to make it look as sketchy as possible. So, can you really blame me?
You'll get your way this time. There's a dispute. Or maybe treachery is the more fitting word. Regardless, a purge is required.
Alright, that's told me precisely nothing. You're going to kill someone? What do you mean by purge?
I see I've got to spell it all out for you. One of my goons double-crossed the gang. He absconded with his boss's small fortune, my small fortune, and buddied up with another gang. Members of the gang are recognizable by their scorpion tattoos. Suffice it to say, they're not a group you want to tangle with. Despite that, I'm not about to just roll over and play dead on this. So I figured I'd pay them a little visit, have a spot of tea with their boss. Makes sense, you know?
This is where the purge comes in, does it? Yeah, I don't know. No, it's dangerous, or yeah, it makes sense. I don't know. No, it's dangerous.
Like I'm not aware? Wow, friend. You clearly underestimate me.
Well, supposedly in your bio, you don't like taking chances that you don't have a 100% chance of winning, but I know your level, and I suspect it wouldn't afford you a 100% chance to hit anyone with anything.
I play my cards wisely. I wouldn't play if there wasn't any hope of winning.
I like to help you. Sounds kind of fun. I've got a bad feeling about all this.
Same. Ever since I became boss, I've had this nagging feeling like things are just off.
And you don't seem to share my concern whatsoever about this little purge you're going to.
But I certainly can't lead well by letting my feelings get the better of me. Better head off now.
Ouch,
I've
I felt
got
that.
people waiting for me just outside of town. See you around.
Let me join you.
What is it you're after? Money? Me? Or are you just looking for someone to kill?
Let's go with the second one. That seems like the least sketchy answer. I'm just curious.
You seem adamant, so I'll allow it. Won't hurt to have backup if things go south.
Wait a minute. Is this actually about to turn into a fight?
I trust you for now, but I don't know how reliable you actually are. Just so we're clear, you mess with any of my people, I'll slit your throat without hesitation. Got that?
I mean, that's about as clear as you can be, so sure. Understood. Is it actually going to bring us to a... Oh, no, okay. That was... God. For a minute there, I was dead certain that was about to turn into a... Wait. What does it mean, me and Yuri? Oh, no. I've got one with Rhea, and then, Yuri's got one with Hapi. I see. We saw the same Rhea one in our Admiral run, I think, so I think I'll skip this one. That's fine enough. Yuri and Hapi, let's have a listen to this, shall we? When did I eat a meal with them or something? I don't remember this at all. Whoa, it's so pretty. Where are they hanging out?
This is boring. Mind if I sleep?
No, I won't.
She's supposed to sleep before the sun goes down, apparently.
Still just for training purposes. Though, you'd likely get in trouble if someone sees you catching Z's.
You wouldn't wake me if someone was here? Fine then, I won't sleep.
Your call.
I forgot to turn off the clicking noise.
You're being so quiet, Yuri Bird. Say something.
I don't always fill the void with my voice, you know. Sometimes it's pleasant to just enjoy the quiet and stargaze.
Isn't that in one of his interests, I think, in his bio?
No thanks. Stargazing is a waste of time. The stars don't even stay put all year. Those jerks.
Yeah, what are they like? Where do they get off?
See that one?
Moving.
That star is home to the goddess. Yeah. Watching over us from afar.
So they say? The Blue Moon Star, or whatever it's called. Blue Sea, whatever.
That's called the Blue Sea Star.
There you go.
But it doesn't look blue. At all, really. Wait, no, hang on. Maybe it wasn't that one. But that big one over there, that's it. Isn't it?
You don't know the first thing about stars, do you? No one ever taught you?
Never, no.
Well, the Blue Sea Star is really big. It stands out. Sometimes you can't see it at all. But other times, it's the brightest thing in the sky.
Interesting. So then, which star was I pointing out now?
That's the moon.
You might have to point it out again. Which constellation were you looking at?
Let's see, it looks a bit like a cat. No, that's not right. Maybe more like a fish? Or a fishing rod.
How could it possibly look like all three?
What? I'm serious. See, those stars there are forming a shape that looks very much like a fishing rod.
I mean, beauty is in the eye of the beholder, okay? And I've heard the same thing about fishing rods once or twice.
Okay, sorry. But that looks nothing like a fishing rod. Or a cat.
But you're saying it does look like a fish.
I'm surprised you know so little about stars. I thought you knew everything.
Who do you think I am? The goddess herself? There's plenty I don't know. But I'm always aiming to learn more. I'm uncomfortable not knowing things.
That tracks.
So, come on then, Hapi. Teach me about the stars.
That'll be a pain for both of us.
And she's sleepy, did you forget?
As painful as sitting here idling? It's not like you're going to sleep at this point.
Yeah, but she's not going to be the most effective teacher when she's, like, been up for, like, 18 hours.
Clearly you know quite a bit about them. Teach me.
Fine. Look up there. To the north. Your other north. See that star? That's called the King's Right Hand.
Your other north. Very interesting. Interesting that he doesn't know much about it, because I could have sworn stargazing was listed as one of his, Oh. Whose thing is stargazing then? Maybe that was Hapi. Maybe I got them mixed up. Yeah, well, sky gazing. I suppose that's similar. Very interesting indeed. Good. Okay, so just 2 more points to spend, and then we'll have taken care of this monastery day. Sorry, I'm super sluggish today. Just didn't sleep too well. There was there was a fly in my room and it got somehow into like my bed frame, and I couldn't find it. And every like 4 minutes or so, it would just go like and like tackle the walls of the bed frame. I literally slept on my couch in the living room because I couldn't find this fly, and it kept waking me up. So I did not get much sleep, but I'm a little off my game and all. But just 2 more activity points, and then we'll call this episode here, and we'll be able to take on all the side stuff for this month. The next episode, including apparently 3 whole battle quests, which is going to be a lot of renown coming our way. But before then, even, I'm going to definitely check out the Saint statue. But before then, why don't we get some of my skills up? Perhaps I'll start with magic stuff. Rhea and Hanneman can both teach me a reason, I'm pretty sure. Thank you. Ooh, I got great. Finally got one of those. So I've got fire now. Not that I'm going to use it. But that's cool to have. And I may as well get my faith up as well to D, I suppose. There's my heal. And get my star for that? No. And on that note, let me just go around and hit recruit on everyone, just in case any of what I've done now has swayed their opinions. I believe the professors you don't get to recruit until after the Battle of the Eagle Line, like it's next month that even becomes an option. Yes, indeed. I think it's possible they won't let Catherine participate in the Battle of the Eagle Line because she's a knight. I don't actually remember. It might be students only. Felix might have a chance of joining us now that I've increased my sword a bit and all. That's a no. Almost. And probably if we had reached that point, since I haven't tried in a while, he would have come up to us in between classes. Can't wait to find out what that Wayseer's room is about. Did we already check the garbage? I'm pretty sure we... Oh, I accidentally just talked to this dog that's invisible right now. I see. Let's see if I can get rid of any extra materials and such. We don't need nearly as many of all this. And toss in some fish while we're at it. I use these for defense now and again, but we don't really need that many. Yeah, again, speed good, but we can catch more and probably will. Oh, I've still got some these fish to actually sell for gold. Look at us go. I'll just do that now, actually. Da-doink. And da-doink. So, whoa. Didn't really do the kch noise like I was expecting. I suppose we can give the weeds, can't we? After all, we're not going to eat them. I'll just give one of these Angelica teas. Maybe with the teas, because you don't need quite as many of them. We can round them to the nearest 3. Just a little bit more extra renown there, can't hurt. Oh, you can fast travel to the monster from here, I didn't realize. If you just click that little button that says entrance. Alrighty then, let's see what kind of upgrades we can get on the Saint statues. Faith +1, because that might be nice just to get as far as the experience, because we definitely have enough to get to the experience +5 on both of these. I'm gonna go for that. Even though we don't affect much more for the reason and faith ones, we definitely want that little experience bump.
This one?
And actually, this one we probably also want the classic speed +1 and the divine pulse +1, to be honest with you.
You're all set.
Let's see, should we support for that now with 2,000, or should we go for the riding and divine pulse +1, or for bow +2 and brawling +2? Actually, we almost definitely want the brawling up as early as possible, because that's just gonna having it early on is gonna make it so that we get up to the 2 healing focus with that earlier, which is we definitely want that. Much as I'd like some more divine pulses and the class experience, the brawling skills are almost infinitely more important. Superb, and I suppose that's us done for the month, the explore day rather. I'll just head to the marketplace, see if I'll fuss around with some equipment as we've got new people in our party and such. And plus, actually, there were a few people I still didn't try and recruit. I'm pretty sure no one's gonna agree just yet because I haven't improved my skills really at all, or any new supports with people outside of our house. But may as well give it a try. Ooh, rather interested. Getting close on Linhart, which is interesting because my magic isn't all that. Sylvain's rather interested as well. Look at that. So we're obviously making some decent progress in this front. I know it seems like we're running out of time, but we will have a whole bunch of time to get extra skills and probably some money to buy gifts to schmooze people soon enough. As expected, it was no across the board. However, Cyril's got some equipment. Catherine has a seal to put away, and I should get her some training swords and stuff, so I'll do some inventory management on that front now. Did we also not get someone aside from Cyril just now? I'm totally forgetting. I don't think so. Oh, right, Flane, of course. We won't be needing any of that. And this Levin sword we should give to someone. Right. Happy's magic is coming along quite well, so I think I'm going to give it to her. Oh, you need to have C to wield it. Okay, so she's getting there. Perhaps she doesn't also need a steel bow in that case. And this march ring is going to be rather useful to us. Actually, who would probably want that right up front here? Charge the battery pack. Oh, whoopsies. My phone is... camera's not plugged in. Nice, that was close. I almost lost that whole recording. I'm thinking we want to give that march ring to someone who does lots of damage that we need to be able to like get up to the front to do lots of damage fast. So I'm gonna give it to Lysithia for the moment because having her run up and do Soul Blade is quite useful. As for your combat arts, by the way, Nimble Combo. What's that about? An attack that strikes twice and makes it easier to dodge counterattacks. That's kind of cool. Probably giving you some brawling would be good anyway because you have an aptitude for it. I say that sounds like fun. Do that, Finesse Blade, and then we'll take one of these. So, this is the same as Wrath Strike except without the extra accuracy. Oh, sorry, no, not the same. It's better damage and extra crit on top of Wrath Strike, but without the accuracy. This one has some decent damage and a bit of crit, but lots of accuracy, and this one has a bit of accuracy and extra damage. And then we'll go with Bane of Monsters for you. Does Finesse Blade add to your accuracy? It doesn't. It adds to your avoidance, though, which is cool. Your Foudroyant Strike adds a whole bunch to your accuracy and crit, so you're not going to be having a bad time there. Ooh, it's Fate against Dragons? Wicked. I think I would like you to have swap over Curved Shot. Sorry, Fading Blow, rather. Probably goes for a lot of you. We definitely need swap for you because you're going to be wanting to do that to help people tank. As for me, I kind of dig the idea of Bane of Monsters over Wrath Strike makes sense because Wrath Strike is already you're sacrificing the accuracy that you would get from Grounders for more damage, so you might as well go all the way with it and get the more damage there. Most of us right now just have Curved Shot, Wrath Strike, and Swap, which is probably fine for the moment. Oh, they're still out of stock for intermediate steals. Did I already use those at the beginning of the... I must have done. Either that or they don't restock by the month and I was being silly, in which case we almost definitely should do that sword tournament at some point for one. Ooh, what dis? An Earthworm. Fun. We're a little low on money at the moment, so we're probably not going to be able to get all the weapons I want for everyone just yet. Oh. Shamir was here earlier. Where'd she gone off to? Or is she in the Knights still not present? Oh no, she's at the fishing pond, of course. Sorry, here you go. Gonna try my best to outfit all the people who have just joined our party, which is just one of them, which is Catherine. All the people who just went over to we're moving, we're actually using with training everything, as well as gauntlets, because she's good with them. I'll see about getting some gauntlets as well for other people who I wanted to have them. Like I was saying, they're very good for people with high dex. Actually, what I better do right now, because I'm low on money, is mostly focus on repairing weapons that are in desperate need, because we have a few of those. There are a few people like, your steel sword's busted, but you could get by with doing Soul Blade with a training sword, so I'm not as worried about you, for instance. And your Iron Lance isn't really top priority. You're soon going to be way better with swords anyway. But your training sword could probably use a bump. And I'll leave that there, actually, just so we have a bit of money for the rest of our activities, which means... that's over now. Sorry about all that. Right at the end there, I just realized I should probably get this all done. That person straight up just disappeared, did they? I bet Lawrence had something to do with it. But that's over now. Next video on the channel is going to be some more stallings that I can look at my list. Oh no, some more nothing. Some time ago, I did it late at night, so I barely remember how it went, but I remembered enjoying so much that that quiz we did a while back of how many Pokemon I could name off of memory, that I did a similar quiz but for Pokemon moves, and it turned out there were many that I did not know. But it was kind of a fun time, so that's the video that's going up next on the channel, after which will be some more of Fire Emblem Three Houses Verdant Wind Assassins only. So look on out for both those things, coming at you soon. That's all for now though, so thank you so very much for coming around. Hopefully I will see you around. Admiral's gonna be out of here now. Peace! Alright, I believe we're ready. Let's roll the video. This one. Whoop, no, sorry, that's for someone else.
Good afternoon. I would like to start by thanking you for coming here today. The mock trial, the crown jewel event of the school festival, will begin shortly.